Hey guys, welcome back to my channel. In today's video, I'm going to show you how to create an email pop-up inside of Klaviyo. So let's jump into my computer and go over that now. All right, so you're going to get logged into your Klaviyo account and you're automatically going to be on the home page. Now to set up a pop-up, you are going to go on the left-hand side and you're going to click on this button that says Sign Up Forms. So I'm going to click on that. And then because this is my Klaviyo account, you will see a couple of pop-up forms that I already have, but I'm going to show you how to do this from scratch. So you probably will not have any at this point. So over here on the right-hand side, you are going to click Create Sign Up Form. Okay, so now up here, you will pick what's your goal? Collect emails, collect phone numbers, email and phone numbers. You can pick your goal. For this video, we're just going to keep it simple. I'm just going to do collect emails. Now, when you click collect emails, that will automatically filter a bunch of different templates that you can pick from. One of my personal favorites, just because it's super clean and it's simple and, less is more in my opinion. This is one of my favorites. So we're going to use this pop-up to create. So you can go ahead and name it. Keep in mind, your customers will not see the name of this. This is for you to remember what pop-up you created when you go back into your sign-up form. So if you have a bunch of different sign-up forms, this just reminds you of what this pop-up is. So you can leave it for subscribe for coupon, or you can change it to whatever you want to be. But no one's going to see this except for you. Now, you definitely need to choose an email subscriber list. So that means if somebody inputs their email, what list do you want them to be put onto? Now, I always suggest doing a let me move myself so you can see all the different menus. Your main newsletter. So you definitely want everybody to go onto your main newsletter, but then you can also pick, a different segment or a different list. But usually, this is just a basic pop-up that pops up on your website that asks people for their email in exchange for something. So 9 times out of 10, you're probably just going to make them go onto your main newsletter. So we're going to click main newsletter, and then we're going to click create form. And while this is loading, okay. So now you will see the template of the pop-up, and you're going to go through on each section, and you're going to notice that there are little boxes around each area of the template, and you can edit those. So a few things to note. You want to make sure that your pop-up matches your brand, that it matches your website. You want to keep your logo the same. You want to keep your colors the same. You want to keep your font and your text the same. This is going to be on your website, so you need to make sure that your pop-up goes along with what your website is and how it looks. So I always suggest right here, usually just doing your logo. So to do your logo, you would just click on this. And then over here on the left-hand side, you're going to notice a bunch of different things that you can do with this photo. So to replace it with your logo, you would click on replace, and then you would upload your logo. I'm going to move myself. I usually just leave all of this stuff the way it is because there's nothing wrong with it. But if you wanted to add additional padding or background color, you can go through and you can change, the style to look the way you want it to look. And then you can also select whether or not you want it to show on all devices, desktop or mobile. I would just leave it on all devices just to keep things easy. And then the alt text. So if the photo fails to load, this would the text that you put in this box right here would say, Weisheipl and Company logo. So something like that. Or you can just leave it blank. Now, if you want to edit the messaging, the same thing. For all 3 sections, you would just click on the box, and then it's going to load on the left-hand side a bunch of different editing options. So you can change the text if you want, like maybe you don't want to offer 10%, maybe you want to do 15 or 20. I would suggest just keeping it simple and doing 10 so you can save like the bigger discounts for later on when you do bigger sales. But to change the text, to change the font, you would just select each box and then go through. They will all look like this, and you go through and you edit it over here. So you can see that this is bolded. You can also change the font. So if you wanted something that matches your brand a little more. One of my favorites is Georgia. I just love the way that looks, and it kind of goes along with my website. But you can scroll through, and you'll notice that Klaviyo offers a bunch of different fonts. So you can pick which font looks the best for your website. You can also make sure, or you can also change the size of the text. So if you don't want it to be as big, you can make it smaller. And again, you can do the same thing and change the padding, the background color, and then I would just leave all devices. But so that is how you would edit each section of the text. And then right here, notice how this is a color. Well, you want to make sure that this color matches your brand. So again, you would just click on this box to edit this section. Okay, so you would click on this box to edit this section. So you want the color to match your brand. So you'll notice over here, background color. Well, you can just easily type in your hex number and change the color of the box to match your brand. You can also change the button text right here. You can change the font that's on the button and the size as well. You can change the font weight. So if you don't want it to be bold, you could do normal. And then you can also change the color of the text as well. So you do that right here. And then the same thing with like padding, show on all devices, things like that. So editing each section is pretty much the same. You just click on which section you want to edit, and then Klaviyo will bring up a little box on the left-hand side that allows you to style, your pop-up form the way you want. Now, another thing that is huge is make sure you also edit the success page. So the success page is what are people going to see when they input their email and they click, get coupon. So I would suggest entering the coupon code that people are going to use right here. So usually people, they get an email with a coupon, and you can still do that. But I think just to, keep people on your website and to avoid the friction, to make it, as seamless as possible, I would just add the coupon that they're going to use right here. And you can go through and you can also delete boxes too if you don't want them. And you would edit them the exact same way. Click on each section, the styling page on the left-hand side would pop up, and you can make it match your brand. And then once you're done, you just click up here and you select live. If you're into learning how to build a website, different apps you can use for your website, how to use Canva, your email marketing, social media, just business things in general, then consider subscribing to the channel. All right, guys, I'll see you in the next video.